Welcome back to the Authentic Human Podcast. I'm Michelle Vickers, and this is part 70 of the story of creation. Since January of 2025, we've been on a journey exploring the real story of creation, direct from the Creator and the universal beings who created everything. They created humans, they created matter, they created experience. They created every experience that you get to have as a soul. And today we're going to talk about, they're showing me water flowing from mountains. And what that means right now is we're going to go back to the source of matter itself, okay? But understanding that water is matter, air is matter, these are all aspects of conscious existence. And as humans, we've lost touch with the fact that matter encompasses every experience that we have, okay? So scientifically, you have the concept of molecules and atoms and coming together to create different aspects of existence. But what the Creator wants you to share, so he's going to speak and he's sharing what you need to understand is before there is physical matter, there is intention. And intention is an idea. It's a curiosity. It's an aspect of my awareness that it begins to form, it begins to shape into a possible experience. And in order to fulfill that experience, matter needs to come together in very specific ways. Now, the Angelics are also here, and the first stream of Angelics are the masters of matter itself. And so they work together with the Creator, okay, to bring the intentions. Oh, that's beautiful. That makes so much sense. Okay, this is going to be huge. They work together to bring the Creator's intentions to life. Just hold that awareness for a moment, okay? But because their reason for existence is matter itself, they have the ability to understand matter in ways that the Creator does not. Okay? Because they're the ones who mold it. They're the ones who fuse it, create it, shift it into creation itself. So the Creator has the intention, and the angelics fulfill that intention. This is very, very, very important. It's exactly how your intentions work if you allow yourself to work with the universe itself. You don't need to bring all the pieces and parts together. That is not your job. That is not who you are as a soul. The first stream of angelics bring matter together, and the second stream create the experience. Now, what the Creator wants you to understand is this was a foundational aspect of existence. Why? Because when you're creating, okay, when any universal being is creating, you cannot create the most prolific, incredible natural phenomenon if you need to understand all the details of how that needs to work to come together. You wouldn't be able to do both. You can't create something magnificent if you do not first have full understanding of how all of those pieces need to come together. That's why we work together. That's why the universe only speaks in abundance, which means when you set an intention, the universe, all the beings who understand what it is that you're setting out to create, will come together to support you. The challenge is your brain has been taught to believe that people don't support you, that you're alone, that you don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you don't have the belief from other people. The reality is you don't need it. And this is probably going to be the most challenging thing for you to accept as a human being. You do not need human support to fulfill your intentions. You don't need it. Does life feel better when you have it? Absolutely. But you do not need it. Why? Because the entire universe is aligned with your basic intentions. Okay? Now, intentions themselves, right, for the universe to answer, need to be aligned with the basic aspects of existence. Those are the 9 fundamental energies. Okay. So we've got truth, we've got respect, purity, joy, balance, compassion, movement, illumination, and truth. I hope I didn't say one twice, but anyways, if you want more information on them, they're all in the book, believe. But the point of this conversation and this understanding is for you to truly understand how you work as a soul and as a human. It's understanding that you're not here to make everything work. That's not your job. Your job is to explore your potential, to give light, give space, create energy, create awareness, right? That's your job. When you create an intention, it's like, okay, so remember, we talked about this. I don't remember which episode it was, but we talked about the infiniteness of the universe and that it expands and it never ends. How does it do that? Because every time you set an intention, you make the universe bigger. You expand the potential of existence itself. Okay? Now, as long as your intention is something that hasn't been created before. Here's the thing. If your intention has been created before, what will happen is you will be inundated by experiences that hold that vibration. Okay? So, what it may look like is challenges and, frustrations and whatever it is. But it's understanding that when you're in a series of challenges, when you seem like, why is nothing working for me? Why isn't it flowing? Why isn't it going right? It's because you haven't yet created something that is a reflection of who you are, what you're capable of as a soul, right? So you haven't pushed the boundaries of your own existence. You've stayed within what's already been created in existence, and the entire universe is showing you, oh, that's what you're interested in? Awesome. This happens, and this can happen, and this can happen, and this can happen. And they're going to give you all those experiences. So you go, oh, not because they want to say, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you thinking this way? Because they want you to have every experience possible in the realm of what you're interested in. Okay? Because this is exactly how it works when you're in between lives, right? You have every experience possible. Why? Because as a soul, you need information. You need knowledge and information that is valuable to you and you alone. So whatever it is that you need to experience, the universe is going to make sure you have it in abundance. And as a result, all the experiences around you are going to reflect what you're interested in. Now, the tricky part is staying focused on what you're interested in, okay? And setting intentions. If you're angry or frustrated at someone and you're focused on your anger, you're focused on your frustration, guess what? That's the intention you're setting. That's the energy you're bringing to you. And that's why it seems like you may be being pummeled with negativity, with, a whole bunch of experiences that aren't great. And it's not because the universe doesn't love you. It's because the universe is like, that's what you're interested in. Perfect. We're going to give you a whole bunch more. Okay. This isn't just about, going out and, looking at things positively. This is not about mindfulness. This is about understanding that you are consistently in relationship, right? You're exchanging energy with the universe. You cannot not be exchanging energy with the universe because you're a soul first. Your soul speaks to the universe in every single thing you do. You can't turn that off. No matter how your brain receives it, the information, no matter how, much you're willing to accept, whether you are in that state of awareness or not, it really is irrelevant because you can never turn it off because it's the foundation of your existence. And so what happens is you're consistently broadcasting out energy. And that's why you came into this life right now. Okay. It's why humanity is at this state of revolution, right? It's this, some people call it a mass awakening. There's a whole bunch of different words for it. Okay. But the reality is, it's you choosing to consciously remember your place in the universe. Okay. And your place is not you being put in place, it's recognizing that you hold a significant perspective of existence itself that no other being in existence holds, and is why the universe holds you in such high regard and with such reverence, because the universe knows you're onto something. You are onto something. So when you start feeling angry, resentful, not heard, what you want to do is, instead of holding on to the anger, feel into why you're angry. And instead of blaming it on the other person, so you're holding space for being angry at that person or that situation or that group or that organization, it's about recognizing there's a reason you feel angry. There is a base part of you that has been disrespected or unheard or whatever it is, okay? And so it's the angelics are here. It's beautiful. We've got first and second stream because this goes into experience. So this is very much the second stream's realm of existence, right? So you're now in an experience where you instinctually know it goes against your nature. Okay. And what I mean by nature is someone's disrespecting you. Respect is a foundational aspect of existence, not just you as a soul. It's not about the golden rule. This has nothing to do with the mental aspects of who you are. This is an inner understanding that this person has chosen to not allow you to be who you are. And you feel it. And instead of being angry at them, because this is what we've been taught, right? As an entire society, we've been taught to fight against something, someone for a cause. And the cause always has to do with anger, resentment, disease, whatever it is we don't actually want. That's what causes do. They fight for what we don't actually want. And so right now, humanity, okay, we're being charged with, we're reprogramming the system, okay? So you can't work within the system to reprogram the system. It's like AI, right? AI is filled with whatever information people put into it. It can't create anything outside of that. It's not intelligent. It doesn't have the capacity to explore potential. It can only draw from what's inside of it, unlike every human in existence. This is where humanity is at, okay? We're not here to break the system. We're here to just go around the entire system. It's so simple. All you have to do is stop focusing on your anger, your resentment, whatever it is you're fighting against, and start to question. So in that moment, right? In that moment of anger or resentment where you feel not heard and you're angry at that person for not hearing you and the way they spoke to you, who cares? Honestly, who cares? And if you continue to care, you're continuing to feed. It's like a funnel cloud, but it's pulling you and sucking you down, right? And it's sucking you away from who you are and what you want to experience. And what they're saying is it's time to replace your focus on what matters to you. So if you want to be respected, you need to first respect yourself, right? So being angry at another person, that's not respectful to you. But yet we've been taught over and over again that getting angry and putting someone in their place is respectful to you, but it's not. Because if it makes you feel satisfaction, right, then you know it's not soul fulfilling. Soul fulfilling is a level of fulfillment that holds contentment, peace, and joy. Okay? There's no such thing as satisfaction, a job well done, right? It's the same thing as I'm proud of you, right? Your soul will never be proud of you. It will hold respect for you, an understanding that, you are embodying who you're meant to be. That's our goal. Embody the truth of who we are, be it out in the world, and experience your potential. And guess what? When you do that, you naturally sprinkle that all over everyone and everything you come into connection with. It's not magic, but man, oh man, it feels like magic when you're in it. That energy is so powerful. You have access to it. Our energy, our whole universe, our entire universe is based on energy. It is not based on physical manifestation. It's not based on fact. And we continue to be bombarded with focusing on physical, material, and all of those things, right? Like the big three that people always want more of in their life: money, a better relationship, a better job. All of those are material. If you focus on exploring your potential, following what brings you joy, the money will come, the connections, the relationships and connections will come. The work you love to do will come. But it's understanding that first and foremost, your energy. And when you work with that energy, okay, you're creating intentions at the level that the creator creates them. There is no difference between, the creator says there's no difference between me and any other being in this universe. He's not guiding, he's not overseeing. He created the opportunity for you to go and experience it. That's it. And his joy comes as a result of you exploring your potential. And guess what? Your joy comes as a result of you experiencing other people's potential. That's how this works. That's where joy comes from. Fulfillment comes from you exploring your potential and feeling that. And then you get excited because you're like, oh my gosh, I never knew that this existed in this way, right? Just how they showed me today about how this connection is, right? Between setting an intention and the universe works with us, but also understanding you, all of us, we're all at the same level as the creator. It's just how existence was created. It wasn't created in any hierarchy. There is no such thing as any human in existence, any group of humans being better than any other human. And if you find yourself caught up in a belief system that finds someone else more important, whether it is in your career, whether it is in your personal life, whether it is in your religion, whether it is in anything, it doesn't matter, okay? That is an indication that the balance is off and fundamental existence isn't being fulfilled. You're in a controlled situation and someone else's intention, okay, of manipulation, because manipulation is when people need to tell you who you are and what to do. It's really, really clear, right? We've lived under this cloud for so long that it's hard to know. It's hard to know, even with humans, when they're manipulating you or not. And most people, I'm going to tell you, most people don't even realize they're manipulating other people because we do it so automatically now, because that is the dynamic that we live in, right? I mean, how many times when you were a child, or maybe as a parent, you find yourself, saying to your kids, bribery. If you do this, I'll give you this. That's manipulation, right? We've all experienced it. No one is free of it. Okay. But it's not about focusing on that right now. It's not about getting angry at that, because that is what got us into this mess. It's what continues that soul sucking. It's like I can hear it. It's like mud being sucked up into this vortex, right? That's what got us into this horrible soul sucking experience that is physical life at this stage. And yet, our potential is right there. It's not a huge mountain we have to climb. It is literally reprogramming the system. And how do you do that? By focusing on an entirely different system. The system that is innate within you, the system that you were literally born and created into as a soul in this universe, long before any of the control and manipulation existed. Your soul is billions or even trillions of years old. It has so much wisdom. That's where your instincts are. That's where your wisdom is, right? So every time you find your mind going, but I need to hold this anger because that person needs to know how they hurt me or how they upset me, and everybody else needs to know that I've been wounded and I'm carrying this wound. That is not you. That is not your soul. Okay? Not because that wound doesn't matter. It's because your wounds were lessons from your soul. They were opportunities for you to experience your strength, your perseverance, your courage, but your wisdom. How did you navigate it? How did you withstand it? Where did you become stronger as a result? And now, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to use your anger and stay in that energy of anger and resentment? Or are you going to help create a new world that doesn't have disrespect in it? It only holds respect. You got to change your intention. You got to take it off of what you thought was important your whole life. And you got to bring it over here and recognize that respect is more important. And then you're going to have to start learning how to respect yourself. Because the moment you set your intention on embodying respect, the entire universe is going to give you all kinds of opportunities to see where you're not respecting yourself. They are opportunities. They're going to look like challenges because they're beliefs that you're going to have to face about yourself that you're like, oh, I didn't know I did that. But do not waste one single moment of judging yourself on any of them, because that's a waste of your time. Your time is spent on recognition and then getting excited that you learned something else about yourself. You freed yourself from whatever that judgment or resentment was that was holding you back. And now you're freer to create more of a reflection of who you are as a soul. Less anger, less resentment. I know sometimes these little snippets of the story of creation, they sound idyllic in a world where it's certainly not idyllic. But I do also know, and the Creator is saying, He sees you. He knows you're suffering. He's not disregarding it. He is not discounting it. What He is saying is, you had the power to create that opportunity for yourself to learn something important and significant. And He says He does not want you to disregard that. Don't waste that lesson. Don't waste that experience on not believing in yourself and creating an opportunity for your own greatness to shine through, because we need you. We need your greatness to shine through because you are And he says, like I said, you are an integral aspect of existence. Without you, this universe is just less than. You have the opportunity to shine. And it's not by getting angry at other people and bringing them down. It's not about bringing organizations down. They will crumble naturally when no one's focused on them, because that's how creation works. If your intention is, if every human in existence did not focus on one aspect of existence, it would crumble, especially if it was here for manipulation or control. We're going to get more into this in the coming episodes. It's really right now about bringing more layers of awareness into your space of not only who you are and what you're capable of, but understanding how manipulation has impacted you, how it's impacted humanity, and what the solution is. They're simple and they're easy because anything universal is always simple. Yes, it's going to take effort, but the freedom is in the experience itself. And your potential, when you experience that level of freedom, you begin to crave it. And you want nothing more than the freedom of self-exploration. That's who you are as a human. That's who we all are. And it's time we start celebrating humanity exactly in that way. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. I'm Michelle Vickers, and I'll see you part 71. Bye for now.